Hello, hello, hello. We left off here in Cold Harbor. We can see off into the distance. You got the little uh, tower up there with the dead tree. Get a kind of silhouette of a mountain off in the distance. You get these strange, ruin-esque um, eminences. And we have Cadwell here, our British friend, doing the British thing and sticking around.
Survived then, have you? Jolly good. Jolly good.
Where is everyone?
Rotten luck. They arrived in Cold Harbor, but in entirely different locations. Bloody unpredictable. Portals to oblivion. Not to mention Molog Ball's defenses. Nasty beasties abound. Off you go, over the bridge and head inland. There's a good chap. Welcome back to Cold Harbor, old chum. Jolly good to see you. I was afraid you'd snuffed it.
What's across the bridge?
What bridge? Is there a bridge? Tricky things, bridges. Tend to have all kinds of hideous creatures living beneath them. Except that one over there. That one leads to the Hollow City.
We still have to talk to Cadwell.
Welcome back to Cold Harbor, old chum. Jolly good to see. What bridge? Is there a bridge? Tricky things, bridges. Tend to have all kinds of hideous creatures living beneath them. Except that one over there. That one leads to the Hollow City.
The Hollow City?
Dreadfully dull place, and a real eyesore if you ask me, but I suppose it's where you want to start your quest. Quest! What a simply fabulous word. Quest. 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 I just love how it rolls off the tongue.
Did you laugh? Did you laugh? Was it a good joke? Was it good? Like Greg Gutfeld good? Like Seinfeld good? Did you laugh? Right. I'll head to this Hollow City.
Welcome back to Cold Harbor, old chum. Jolly good to see you.
Can I now leave, please? Alright. We found the Hollow City. Getting on our pony and riding around. Have the Japanese cherry trees here, or cherry blossom trees, making everything good. You understood that trick very well. Simply add one of the Zane-looking trees. You add some flavor to the whole structure, even if it is dead on the inside. We have here the groundskeeper, seemingly waiting for someone.
Very few would dare to enter the Prince of Murder's realm of their own choosing. Your action consists of equal parts bravery and stupidity. I think in this case, that's exactly what we need. We've been waiting for you, Planewalker.
Who are you?
You may refer to me as the groundskeeper, one of the few survivors that remain. I tend to this city. The magic that protects these walls and keeps us safe requires constant nurturing and the utmost care.
Where are we?
The city's original name no longer matters. Now it is a hollow city, waiting to be filled. A perfect place to begin an assault on Molag Bal. This city can be your armor against the hazards of Cold Harbor. It just needs life to return it to glory.
And this is where I'm supposed to gather my army.
It could be. There is no safer place in Cold Harbor. For Molag Bal's reach cannot extend into the Hollow City. That is what was intended, and that is the way it is. Please walk with me. Let me show you why this city will serve your needs.
I'm ready. Lead on.
Watch and listen. While I could explain things to you, it will be better to simply show you. The history of the city permeates these streets, and with a bit of magic, I can reveal it to you. Now come, let us walk. Long ago, this city existed in Nirn. It was alive and vibrant, and went by a different name. Its people were devoted to Prince Meridia, the Radiant One. They lived in peace and assumed themselves safe from any dangers. But Meridia has enemies, such as the despicable Molag Bal. The Prince of Murder sent minions from Cold Harbor to destroy her beloved city. The city's defenders did what they could, but they were no match for Molag Bal's forces. Everyone outside the walls was slaughtered, but the warriors and mages managed to seal the gates to protect those huddled within. As fortune would have it, the Ayleid King Lalorian Dinar was visiting the city. A skilled warrior and tactician, he quickly took command of the city's defenses. The Ayleid King single-handedly protected one of the gates. As he fought, he prayed for assistance, and his prayers were answered. Meridia felt compassion for her followers, but she also saw an opportunity. Molag Bal's open portal worked both ways. The time had come to take the battle to Cold Harbor. Meridia warded the city and pushed it into Cold Harbor. The city arrived intact, but many of its inhabitants were either killed or scattered by this realm's protective spells. Even the Ayleid King was captured. Still, Meridia had accomplished the impossible. She stabbed a dagger into Molag Bal's side. A portion of her realm was in his domain, and he could not touch it. The survivors lost faith, however. One by one, they left the safe confines of the city to try to return to Nirn. They were foolish, and they paid the price for rejecting Meridia's edicts. Meridia foresaw a day when an opportunity would arise. An overconfident Molag Bal. Champions from another plane. On that day, this city would become the focal point for the assault against the Lord of Schemes. I say that the day has finally arrived. The great mage, Vanus Galarian, the Ayleid King, and you, our last best hope. You must gather your allies and bring them here. This city shall serve you well against Molag Bal. Know that every choice you make in Cold Harbor will have an effect on the Hollow City. It shall be reborn with every person you save, forged into a weapon by your own hands.
And we somehow, completely inexplicably, come up with the question, and what's your role in all of this? Let's now see whether she repeats herself a fourth time.
I am your advisor. We both wish to stop Molag Bal's machinations. I offer you what help I can. The Hollow City awaits you and your allies. Use it wisely, and it shall not fail you.
No, she kind of beats around the bush. What's the next step?
You must gather those who were lost. King Dinar and Vanus Galarian have vital roles to play, and they must be at your side. Rescue your missing companions. Return the Hollow City to its former glory, and we can begin the assault on Molag Bal. You shall require more than just the king and the mage, of course, but they are as good a starting point as any. Others in this realm, allies current and soon to be, all have important parts to play in this endeavor.
Others?
As you seek out the mage and the king, I'm sure you shall meet others who require your aid. Look for those you trust and who would be willing to join us here.
And the mage and the king, where will I find them?
Go west, beyond the Moonless Walk. There you shall find the Ayleid King, held within a tower of darkness. Vanus the Mage is somewhere in the Eastern Plain. His exact location is hidden from me.
And you arrive here, and fundamentally this one person, who at this point you don't really know who she is, just informs you of all of this. Which is like storytelling, right? This one person just does everything, knows everything. Okay. I'll find the Ayleid King and Vanus the Mage.
I recommend heading west first to find the Ayleid King, but the choice is yours. If you wish to free King Dinar, you must recover the lights of Meridia. The lights have the power to unlock his prison of darkness.
What are the lights of Meridia?
Originally, the lights were a gift from Meridia. Power that protected the city and made life easier for its inhabitants. When she pushed the city into Cold Harbor, she filled the lights with even more of her divine power.
And how will I use them to free the king?
King Dinar is trapped within a tower of darkness, bound by shadows and dark magic. Meridia's lights can unravel those bonds. Without them, you won't be able to set the Ayleid King free.
Where can I find these lights?
As you no doubt noticed, Molag Bal's realm has its own defenses. Things that teleport onto this plane tend to get scattered. As were your allies. As were the lights. They could be anywhere, but most likely, they are guarded by Molag Bal's forces.
You don't have anything more precise for me to go on?
Rumors only, I'm afraid. I have heard tales of a strange prison to the northwest. A tower that is not a tower, that guards one of the lights. and others whisper of a vile laboratory to the southeast that distorts the purity of Meridia's light. Originally, the lights were a gift from Meridia.
We got level 22 here. To put the Hollow City together, they took some elements from Japanese gardening and Japanese aesthetics, samurai life that people like, Yone and Yasuo and all that, Samurai Champloo, The Last Samurai. They put in some of these Roman aesthetics, some of these
That's
Roman...
wonderful. Can we talk? You're a real live person, aren't you? I thought I was all alone out here. I bet you came from that city over there. Could you help me, please?
Why can I see through you?
I'm a projection, silly. My brother and I are part of the Mages Guild expedition. Well, freelancers, really. We got separated from the others as soon as we arrived in Cold Harbor. But we're not slacking off. We're investigating this old library.
So what's the problem?
We drew straws and I wound up on watch duty. But when I saw Daedra seal the entrance, I found another way inside. To rescue my brother, you know. But now I'm trapped too. There's a lot of magical projection stuff in here. That's how I'm talking to you.
How can I help?
The Mages Guild gathered a team of the best dungeon delvers from across the 3 alliances. Members of the Undaunted, just in case they ran into any ruins or relics. My brother went into the old library with a couple of other treasure hunters.
Do you know how bad this dialogue writing is? Like, none of these things match. Like that question that I just asked. It has nothing to do with this answer. Nothing. It's a totally different, unrelated answer. That didn't answer the question at all. It's like it was just made up separately and never checked whether it matched. And that's when the Daedra showed up.
You got it. Look, my brother's the expert, but I think the Daedra are using the projection lenses to spy on the people trapped in the library. As long as the lenses are active, the doors won't open. I'm thinking sabotage is in order.
So I should destroy the lenses.
That's my thought. I'll provide whatever help I can from in here. I can tell you this. One of the other scholars, she called this place the Library of Dusk. Couldn't wait to start exploring. Please hurry. Whatever the Daedra want, it can't be good.
That is a nice attempt to try to hit rock bottom when it comes to substance. That one is it's a sweet attempt.
You look like a sturdy one. Should I treat you to my whip or my riding crop?
Hey, the Daedra showed up in the library of their own realm. That's when they showed up. Yeah. You have here a crystal, seemingly entirely not to be interacted with.
Moloch Ball will reward me when I add you to his army.
Is this working? Can you see me? I'll try to show you what's going on inside the library while you smash those lenses. Here goes. Did you see that? I'll make some adjustments while you search for the next lens.
Moloch Baal will reward me. Well,
If you designed a demonic realm from hell, and even from hell, would you put seducer's brute in it en masse? If you made a project with any kind of personal passion, would you put a seducer brute in it? Have you been frequently seduced by women that were brutes? Is that a thing?
Burn it!
It's just so emblematic and systematic of just a lack of soul behind the game. Not a genuine intent to create something that they themselves care about in any way.
It's working. I switched the widgets with the gadgets, and that seemed to do the trick. Now let's see if I can get a view into the other part of the library. That was unexpected. I must be doing something wrong. I'll give it one more try while you hunt down the last lens.
This is thoroughly annoying that this keeps popping
I'd
back
much
up.
rather
What is
speak to
this?
you in person. I just don't trust these magical projections. Any number of Daedra could be watching.
What is the purpose in continuously spawning her in front of me?
Look, intruders. I want that one over there. That one belongs to me.
But they're a very good way, these seducer brutes, though discreet, to kind of poke at the identity problem behind this game. Just a lack of identity. It's like imagine you're a guy, you want to put together a fantasy about seductive demon ladies, and what you gravitate to is a seducer brute. It's not human.
Alright, I think I made the proper adjustments. Now, let's see if I can spot my brother.
Lady Laurent, we need to get out of here. This place is a trap. Young Raynor has already been caught in a spell.
Raynor! Raynor! He can't hear me. Why can't he hear me? Raynor! I can see Raynor through this observation window, but he can't hear me. It must be the spell. And I bet the spell didn't affect me because I'm not attuned to whatever catalyst controls the Magicka Matrix.
The Magicka Matrix?
You know, the spell web. A pretty elegant trap, really. I think the spell's catalyst has something to do with an interest in knowledge. I'd be insulted, but what can I say? I'm in this for adventure, not scholarly pursuits. And thanks, by the way. The spell seems to be a combination of glamours and illusions. It snared my brother and the other scholarly types. Anyway, we can't leave them like that. We have to snap them out of it.
She's in this for adventure. She's in the realm of death and destruction, where people get tortured to death, and she's here for adventure. Do you have a plan?
I always have a plan. It requires you to get down there and talk some sense into them. I'll make sure the Daedra don't lock us in here again. Just find me if Raynor gives you any trouble. And be careful. Illusion magic can be tricky.
I thought the spell only affects scholars.
Sure, but there may be other spells active down there. Take a look at the observation windows and remember the details of each holding cell. The Daedra must be keeping those notes for some reason, and I believe in always being prepared.
We have here prisoner Lady Clarisse Laurent, Breton, female. Notes, noble explorer. Held in room with Cross of Meridia banner and blue crystals. May be resistant to illusory spells. Observe closely. We are to understand that this is an activity of these Daedra. Prisoner Tellinger, Altmer, male. Capable mage, held in cell with Star of Azura banner and blue crystals. I somehow missed one of them? They put it directly behind her. Rainer Vanis, Dunmer, male. Dwemer, artifice expert, held in room with yellow crystals and Eye of Hermicus Mora banner. Appears heavily susceptible to illusions, but may possess Dwemer-inspired devices. Search carefully. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. This book is so engrossing. Could we talk later?
You need to get out of here.
I said I'm reading. Go bother someone with an intellect closer to your own level. I'm sure Lady Clarice and that Ultima Artificer would be happy to listen to your inane ramblings.
Look around. This isn't a normal library. It's affecting your mind.
I don't know what... Wait. You're right. This place radiates Daedric magic. I can feel it in the back of my skull. We need to free the others. Find Lady Clarice. I remember, she realized something important before we were drawn into the spell.
Will you be alright?
I think so. I can still feel the spell tugging at my mind, though. Just in case, Kirith and I are going to our camp outside of the ruins. But I'm worried about the others. Since the spell doesn't seem to affect you, can you look for Lady Laurent?
What happened in here?
Lady Laurent, Tellinger, and I decided to take advantage of our good fortune and explore this old library. The possible gain in knowledge far outweighed any risk involved. But as soon as we stepped inside, the spell started to take hold.
You should get to safety.
Thanks. Kirith and I will head for our camp outside the ruins. Meet us there after you find Lady Laurent and the Artificer.
We have here mace etiquette. Warriors sometimes make the mistake of thinking that there are no tactics with a mace. They assume that the sword is all about skill and the mace is only about strength and stamina. As a veteran instructor of mace tactics, I can tell you they are wrong. Wielding a mace properly is all about timing and momentum. Once the swing of the mace has begun, stopping it or slowing it down is difficult. The fighter is committed to not just the blow, but also the recoil. Begin your strike when the opponent is leaning forward, hopefully off balance. It is completely predictable that he will lean backward. So aim to a point behind his head. By the time the mace gets there, his head will be in its path. I mean, that sounds solid, like solid thinking to me, personally. Checks out. The mace should be held at the ready, shoulder high. The wind-up should not extend past the shoulders by more than a hand's width. When swinging, lead with the elbow. As the elbow passes the height of your collarbone, extend the forearm like a whip. The extra momentum will drive the mace faster and harder, causing far more damage. At the moment of impact, let the wrist loosen. The mace will bounce and hurt a stiff wrist. Allow the recoil of the blow to drive the mace back into the ready position, thereby preparing the warrior for a quicker second strike. Next up, we're gonna teach you how to eat. When eating, put your fork in the food. Don't extend it farther than a hand's width. Bring it back up to your mouth. Open. We have your glories and laments. Darkest Divinities. We'll get that. By Skull Splitter, seemingly ignored. Though man and Mer knew sin, since time began, the Daedric princes watch each Mer and man. Azura lights the day from dawn to dusk. Himaeus Mira calls up memories. Hersheen's wild hunt tracks blood and scent and musk. Bethia pursues conspiracies. Foul Malakath remembers every curse. Mehrunes Dagon knows destruction's wrath. Matt Sheograth hums a nonsense verse. Stern Jigslack sets order on its path. Dark Molag Bal takes blood and souls as wealth. Vaimina lives in a world that dreamers see, though none can match unseen nocturnal stealth or hedonistic sanguine's revelry. For every troubled soul that must aspire, a Daedric prince can grant each dark desire. You have your Sarah Minwee's translation, read in, I believe, the 5th episode of the series, could be the 6th episode. Our task has now been extended and we are now expected to find Lady Clarissa. None of this has any humanity to it. You go into a dark hole, a girl you don't know tells you that you need to look for her man, you find her man, and now you need to find multiple men. Or multiple people, suddenly. We'll read this. The Articles of the Sacral Bear. Article 1. All treasure taken from a captured vessel, town, or enemy hold shall be immediately divided into 2 parts. The first part is entered into the ship's purse for repairs, resupply, and operating costs. The second shall be divided amongst the crews as defined in Article 2. On recommendation of the first mate and bosun, the captain may choose to reserve more than this in dire need. Article 2. Shares are assigned as follows. Inactive crew, wounded, sick, or otherwise, half a share. Active crew, 1 share. Raid leaders, 2 shares. Raid commanders, 4 shares. Bosun, 4 shares. First mate, 6 shares. Captain, 8 shares. Article 3. Bonus shares. Healers, sorcerers, and other specialists are awarded a bonus share in addition to all rank shares. Those wounded in the line of duty are also awarded 1 bonus share. The captain may award up to 2 bonus shares to a crewman for heroic or valiant service. Article 4. Any crewman found withholding shares or refusing action shall be marooned on a sandbar or like island with 3 days' rations. Any crewman who assaults or injures another in order to avoid discovery of such offense will be marooned without rations, without benefit of island, but with attached chains and weights. I have here the Wood Elves of Valenwood.
Do not interrupt me.
Lady Clarisse Laurent, or whatever way you want to pronounce it. We need to get out of this place.
How sweet. But I'm not who you think I am. Now, how should I kill you?
She's right, it really is sweet. It turns out that it's always the last one. We have here the Cold Harbor Compact, Chronicles of Neglect, books positioned especially in such a manner so as to make sure that nobody will ever read them.
Do not interrupt me.
We need to get you out of this place.
Leave? But this is my home. And it's your home now, too. Or should I say it's your tomb now? So nice.
The scarier. We have Saving Your Hide by Lieutenant Anders Gemini. We have The Chopping Block. We have Lady Clarisse Laurent. Raynor sent me to find you.
Raynor sent you? Why? I just found the most fascinating... Wait, where am I?
You were caught in a Daedric spell.
I see. I suppose I should ask whether or not you're part of this elaborate trap, but I sense that you're not an illusion. Oh, I can feel the spell, however, crawling back, trying to slip into my mind. What an odd sensation.
You had a real, peculiar expression there going on. It's like you're trying to blow your load or something, I don't know. You know anything about these runes?
I remember that we discovered something or another, but the details elude me. Perhaps if I had more time to recover from the effects of the spell. Wait a moment. Tellinger said something important just before I became engrossed in this relic.
Where's Tellinger now?
I wouldn't know exactly, but I'm sure Tellinger's around here somewhere. He's really quite clever, and dashing to boot. He reminds me of my good friend Stibbins.
You should head for safety. I'll find Tellinger.
Thank you. I'm going to get out of here. I need to find someone.
You have prudence in practice. The giants. We have Moloch. Source of bone for bow. We have Daedric Pillar of Torment.
She's crazier than a cat on skooma.
We find Tellinger's note. It's for restoration. I placed a spell of protection on this note, making it invisible to Daedra. If you're reading this, you're not a Daedra, so I can probably trust you. I hope it is you, Clarisse, or that promising young Rainer. I dread to imagine that you are both still trapped in this terrible place. The magic here is strong, stronger even than mine. That's pretty strong. I wouldn't have believed myself to be so susceptible to simple illusions. Drastic measures must be taken. I discovered a vault in the lower levels. I plan to lock myself within, hopefully remaining clear-headed long enough to work out a plan of escape. Find me in the vault. Then we can escape together. Tellinger. Interrogation of witches. Cooking secrets. We pick up 4 poisons. We have a fake Tellinger the Artificer. Got some grass growing out of this broken up floor. Bow 21. We have here a rippled and discarded page. Lore if you're willing to work for it. And that's the truth. Now I don't know if Osterand was misled or if the king's vision was incorrect. Rainbow of light that she is, the bright one sometimes sends signs and protects and portraits that are difficult to understand. But this what he said. But this what he said. But this what he said. That's literally what it says. The Abagarians have a weapon, a powerful relic that will strip our souls from our bodies and fuel a nightmare storm of undeath. He called it the Mortum Vivicus. Apparently, our king has already begun plans to deal with the situation. But should the Lord of Brutality be allowed to make use of this?
I cannot complain, but that does not seem to stop me.
At the armor of myth and legend, some isinglass, Song of Perennial. Got the principles of conjuration, used for necromancy. One of the darker forms of magic within the universe of the ESO. I have here seemingly an old oil lamp. In Arabian style, as we've now seen elements from Japanese style, the Arabian style, the Roman style. If you steal enough IDs from enough people, you can throw something together that looks like something. Yeah. Even if you don't have any passion.
I take it that you are the one who read my note. The spells I placed upon it alerted me that non-Daedra eyes examined the writing. I do hope that you are a member of the force from Tamriel. If so, I have something to show you.
We met this man earlier. It was the boyfriend of the Archmage, Vanus Galerian, the wisest man in the world. We saw him at the Skern meeting. What have you discovered?
This vault contains a portal, and the power emanating from it is overwhelming. Something on the other side seems to pierce the veil of illusion that hangs over this ruined library.
Do you think it's dangerous?
It's inconsequential. Whatever it is, it may serve a purpose in our battle against the Lord of Cold Harbor. If we can acquire it, then this excursion will not have been a complete waste of time.
You must have some idea what this source of power is.
I have my suspicions, but I hate to speculate. If you must know, I think it might be one of the fabled lights of Meridia. The sources of power she used to hurl the Hollow City into Cold Harbor. Come in and we shall investigate further.
What seems to have happened with Tellinger, the Artificer's voice actor, is that they've taken the man who did Abner Thorn and they've multiplied the speed by 110%. Or set the speed at 110%. We now enter this, which triggers every spooky and do not go here and do not touch and creeping me out vibe and bone in my body. But spoiler, not a spoiler alert, just a spoiler. It turns out not to be a trap, despite the fact that this looks like Voldemort from a Harry Potter movie.
Enter the portal and find the source of the power I sense emanating from the other side.
Why do you want me to do this?
Because I don't completely trust myself. While I have avoided the illusions that trap the others, I can still feel the pull of the Daedric spell. Find the power source and meet me at our camp outside the ruins. And take this token, just in case.
What does the token do?
Once you go through the portal, the token will attune itself to the access point. If you get lost, use the token and it will return you to the portal. What was once a curiosity that won me fortune and acclaim is now a vital tool in our mission.
Have a candle on a stone table. Seemingly a brazier knocked to the floor. We take the light of Meridia.
These lights of Meridia can free me from Molag Bal's bondage. Find them and bring them to me. Know that you may jump from here and rejoin your friends below. What power I still possess shall keep you safe.
We're now very close to the Way Shrine. We have Tellinger the Artificer.
Welcome back, my friend. Did you find it? Was I right? Was the source of power I sensed one of the fabled lights of Meridia?
You were right. I found this on the other side of the portal.
By the eighth, that crystal! It is a light of Meridia. It is said that these orbs of power once allowed Meridia to transport an entire city into Cold Harbor. If an agent of Meridia harnesses this power force, we shall gain a distinct advantage. With Meridia's lights, we can turn the tide of this campaign. Kirith said you came from the Hollow City. We shall go there once everyone has had a chance to rest. Thank you for your help. You know, you remind me of one of my students.
What will you do now?
Once inside the Hollow City, we'll begin helping with the war effort. We must test the lights of Meridia and investigate methods for destroying Molag Bal's plane meld mechanism. There is always research to do in campaigns such as this.
Good, we have the achievement Shadow Apprentice. And with that, it's going to be a great point to take a little bit of a break, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You are the bestest of allest time. And we see you there.